Hello everyone, this is worksheet 9, Directorate of Education for the class 10th Science for the date 24/7/2020. This worksheet is based on the chapter number 2, Acid, Bases and Salt. What you have to do in this chapter, especially in this worksheet, it is a reaction of acid with metal carbonates and hydrogen carbonates. So in this worksheet, you have two reactions to do. That two reactions are as follows. First reaction is of the acids with metal carbonates. So firstly, what are metal carbonates? Metal carbonates means metal and carbonate. That means if we take an example of sodium. So in this reaction, sodium when reacting with carbonate, that is CO3, it is making sodium carbonate, Na2CO3. So this is called metal carbonate. You can call it sodium carbonate also. And if we add NaHCO3, that means if we add hydrogen in between this, it will become sodium hydrogen carbonate. So we are going to learn two reactions in this unit in this worksheet. One is with the metal carbonate and another with the metal hydrogen carbonate. So first we talk of metal carbonate. In the metal carbonate reaction, what you will see, when the sodium carbonate reacting with HCl, hydrochloric acid, you are getting salt, carbon dioxide and water. So you have to remember these products. These products will be same in both the cases. That means whether we are reacting with metal carbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate, the products we are getting will be the same. One will be the salt, one in the gas which will be released as CO2, and the another is water. Second reaction is metal hydrogen carbonate. So NaHCO3 is metal hydrogen carbonate, NaHCO3, sodium hydrogen carbonate, HCl. What we are getting? Sodium chloride, carbon dioxide and water. So you can see in both the reactions the product is same, only the metal carbonate and metal hydrogen carbonate is the different thing. So you have to remember this thing, and it is a very important reaction. Now the question which comes in the exam, it generally comes like that: if we react an acid with a metal carbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate, which gas will be released, and how will you specify that the gas released will be so and so? So in this reaction we know that the gas release is known as carbon dioxide. So the CO2 gas will be released in the above reaction. So how we'll perform the test? We'll take a test tube. In the test tube we'll add sodium carbonate. Along with it we'll add dilute HCl. What is dilute HCl? That means dilute HCl means that we are adding water in the HCl. So sodium carbonate, in that we are adding dilute HCl. When the dilute HCl is added, a gas is released. That gas will be passed on to the another test tube on the delivery point. In this test tube, what we are having calcium hydroxide, which is also known as lime water. This calcium hydroxide is prepared by mixing calcium oxide along with water. So when we are taking this calcium hydroxide in a test tube and passing the carbon dioxide gas, what will happen? There will be two reactions, and these two reactions are very much important. This calcium hydroxide, when the carbon dioxide is passed on this calcium hydroxide, we are getting calcium carbonate and water. So when this calcium carbonate is formed in this delivery tube, the formation of calcium carbonate turns the water into lime, or lime water into milky. That means the appearance will be the milky, like the milk we have added. But if we keep on passing this carbon dioxide in this delivery tube, that means we don't stop, just keep on passing. So you can see the product of these two, of this reaction, if we take it here and we see that if we keep on adding the carbon dioxide in the product, there will be calcium hydrogen carbonate, and this calcium hydrogen carbonate which is formed, it will precipitate out. It is known as PPT. So the calcium carbonate which became milky on the passing of carbon dioxide, now it will become a clear solution. So in the exam such type of reaction comes, that how we can make a clear solution, or what will be the equation. So both these equations are very much important of calcium hydroxide and this carbon dioxide. So general example from the daily life of this are limestone of calcium carbonate, eggshell is also calcium carbonate, marble stones or marble are also calcium carbonate. Now when we talk of this exercise, what are the different equations or questions which has been given in this worksheet? So in this, two metal carbonate and metal hydrogen carbonate has been taken, that is magnesium carbonate and magnesium hydrogen carbonate. Now see, when we are talking of sodium carbonate and magnesium carbonate, there is a slightly difference in this. When we talk of magnesium carbonate, in this magnesium chloride will be formed. On that case it is magnesium sodium chloride. So magnesium chloride will be MgCl2 plus carbon dioxide and plus H2. So the product of the lower reaction will also be the same, and you have to balance these equations. You have learned balancing of equation, you can easily balance them, so you can do it yourself, the balancing of equation. Second question is, tick the correct statement. Calcium carbonate reacts with dilute HCl and release carbon dioxide. We have seen in this, we have seen in the equation कि calcium carbonate जो है, it is reacting with the dilute HCl and it is giving carbon dioxide, because calcium carbonate, whenever the reacting with metal carbonate, it gives carbon dioxide. So it is a correct option. Carbon dioxide on passing through limit turn once milky, it is also a correct option. Limestone and marble both are different form of calcium carbonate, it's a correct. So all the above three options are correct. Third question, when an acid reacts with the metal carbonate and a metal hydrogen carbonate, it gives the corresponding salt, gas and one more product. Name the gas and the product. Now in this question, what is asked? Acid is reacting with metal carbonate or a metal hydrogen carbonate. Because the product are same, so we can say that it is giving the corresponding salt, gas and one more product. So salt is confirmed. In both the cases we are getting salt, gas, that is carbon dioxide, and one more product is what? Water. So we can say A option, carbon dioxide and water. Fourth is, on shaking any of the carbonated cold drink, that is Limca, Coke, some bubbles appear and later it disappears also. Gives reasons of appearance and disappearance of bubbles. So on shaking of the carbonated cold drinks, some bubbles appears. Now in the cold drinks, what is there? That is a carbon dioxide. It is pressed at a high pressure in the water and along with the water, and it is becoming the carbonic acid, or you can say carbonate. So when we are shaking it at a high speed, those bubbles will react and becoming the carbonic acid, and they are coming out. So that CO2 gas, actually the CO2 gas which has been filled inside that cold drink in the water, it will be coming out when we are shaking it, and soon the bubbles will disappear, because that the CO2 which has been dissolved in that, it has gone outside, and only the water will remain inside the cold drink along with the added flavor. So you have to remember all these things, that in the cold drink, mainly the CO2 gas which has been filled under pressure along with the water, when we are shaking it, the CO2 gas will be released, and the carbonic acid which has been formed, it breaks down and CO2 gas will be released. So do this exercise and enjoy the video.